you're looking for positivity or looking for encouragement, Temia Brinson aims to educate you, to give you the push to believe, to have the mindset for success, mindset for success, to have the mindset for success, to have the mindset for success.
Welcome to the Mindset for Success TV show. I'm Temia Brinson, your host, and our guest today is Dr. Judy Mandrell. She is back with us. She is the CEO of Dream Builder Greatness Center, and she's also the host of the Real Talk with Judy radio show. And she also has the Leadership Academy and the Sister Girls Network. And we also have Coach Chad. He's backing in. Chad McKendrick, and he is an author, a money coach, and he has run his own financial service company since 1989. Okay, so we have our professionals back. Welcome back, Dr. Judy Mandrell and Coach Chad.
Thank you so very much. It's good to be back. It's an honor you having us on, and then you having me back with Coach Chad. Thank you so very kindly.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's great to be back.
Awesome. So this is part 3, I think part 3 of building financial freedom and wealth in our communities. And this episode, we're going to focus on career planning. So as you know, the first step of building wealth is earning money. You know, you need something to work with. Okay, so not only do we need to pursue, like stocks and bonds and all the other kind of investments we have, but we need a pocket, something to work with. And that's where our career comes in at. So your career is a valuable asset, right? It's important to perfect your craft. And I gave you guys a scripture, Proverbs 22, chapter 22 and verse 29. The King James Version says, "Seest thou a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean men." And then I want to read the New King James Version. And it says, "Do you see a man who excels in his work? He will stand before kings. He will not stand before unknown men." Amen. I love that. That is good instruction. When you want to know some good instructions, you go to the Word of God, okay?
That's right.
So, Coach Chad, let me start with you because I know your time is limited. Let me start with you. What does that mean to you in Proverbs 22, verse 29?
Well, God wants us to have, He wants us to be of excellence in business. When we're being excellent in business, and when He say you don't stand before mean men, mean that you be standing before people that are prominent. When we're diligent in business, I found that to be true in my own business. Is that when I was diligent in business, is when I began to stand before great men, men and women. When I became diligent in business, He started bringing great men and women in my life because of that. It's the same concept about managing money. When I started managing money, more money started coming. Right.
Exactly. All right. And Dr. Mandrell, what does that mean to you?
What it means to me is that you work hard, do your work good, prepare yourself, that God will cause your work to put you before men and women who can financially support you. Maybe not necessarily before kings per se, but He will place you before men and women who would see the word, write the vision, make it plain, that they who read it will fund it. They're gonna run with it, but they will fund it, and your work make room for you. So that's how I see it. It's gonna make real good space for you.
Amen. Amen. So that's what we want to focus on today, perfecting our craft. Because when we perfect our craft and when we're diligent in business and when we excel in our work, then God will put us before kings or influential men. Amen.
Amen.
So
And
the first thing I have in how to manage your career or career planning is to overperform. I don't know if you guys agree. I didn't get any feedback from you all, but we're going to find out. Overperform. I think it's good to overperform, especially Black African Americans, because it's already a perception that we tend to underperform, but and then we have to just prove ourselves. I mean, it's not fair, but that's just the world we live in. So I think it's important to overperform if you're interested in getting ahead in your career. Coach Chad, what do you think about that?
yeah, I think too with African Americans, we do have to overperform. It's just the way it is. I'm as we were talking yesterday. I was talking about being a realist. I'm a realist, and I understand how it is, and it's nothing for us to fight against it. It's just understand your playing ground and what you're playing with, and know how to perform. Where we as African Americans always have to perform, overperform. If they need one, we got to give 10, and we just don't apologize for it. Just do what you got to do in order for you to be successful in business.
Amen. And Dr. Judy, what do you think about overperforming?
I was looking at that, Sister Mia, Brother Chad, when you sent it, and I kept thinking overperform, underperform. I and as I looked at it again this week. I'm trying to bring up my notes, so this is gonna be coming like this. But and I thought about. I think the most important part about that is that we perform. I don't know. Overperforming sometimes drain us.
Right.
And as I see it, is that we have to perform. We have to work. We have to give it our best. And I think so many times we spend so much time underperforming, mean that a lot of people don't even prepare. They don't perform well. They don't practice. Football team or anything we do, we become better at it because we're practicing. So when we get on stage and we're performing, that means that we have given it our best. And I know we got the mindset that we got to do better than the white man. We got to do better than the Asian, because we're Black. We just can't be lazy. We have to, we can't be lazy. We have to put in the work. Um, and I don't think it's necessarily, this is my perspective, necessarily overperforming as it is performing. We have to perform, and we have to perfect our skills, and we have to do it. A lot of people of color, some, not, I don't know what the majority is, but they don't like to read. They don't want to work. They don't want to put in the time. They don't want to invest. They want, oh, hook
Oh,
me up,
Lord.
hook a brother up, hook a sister up. I get that all the time, Chad.
Mm-hmm.
Because of
Yeah,
the places God has placed me, I have people who don't want to do anything. Talk to the mayor for me. Talk to Commissioner so and so.
Right.
Talk to this. When President Thrasher was there, get me. No, but you have to put in work. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's it. The Bible said, "A man don't work, he don't eat." Right? A man don't work, mean a woman too. You don't get to go before people. People finance what they see.
Right.
If they see you working and it's productive and it's effective and it's consistent, they will finance it. And I'm a witness. I don't think I work harder. but I think I put my best into what I do. You know,
I think also, I also think that when you prepare, when preparedness and opportunity meet, that's what success is. Where you have to be prepared, and when you prepared, opportunities come. God said that He wouldn't put no more on than you can bear. If you're not prepared, He's not giving you anything.
why
No
should
doors opened up to me until I was prepared. When I was prepared, He gave it to me. When I wasn't prepared, he wasn't. It wasn't coming. So I had to study books. I had to learn. I had to learn my craft. I had to talk to people. I had to talk to um, um, men and women that are doing extremely well in the field that I was in. I had to be mentored. When you talk about mentored, I had to read books and I had to listen to tapes. Mentoring doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have an individual that you see face to face, but that could be somebody like John Maxwell, picking up John Maxwell books and let him mentor you, picking up all his books and reading his books and let him mentor you, listening to his tapes and let him mentor you. So you don't have to actually even know the person to be mentored. Not in this society today. There is no excuse for us not learning and not growing in our craft that we do, that God has put us here to do. He wants us to prosper in our mental state. He said, I wish that you prosper even as your soul prosper. That's our mind, our will, and our intellect. He's not just going to pour it out to us because we his children. No, he going to give it to us if we're responsible with what he has blessed us with. It's just like your children on earth. You're not going to give them anything that they're not responsible for. If they're not responsible, you're not going to open up the doors to them to do things and they're not responsible. So God is the same way. So we have to work as of excellence. Excellence means that we go over the top. Not saying, okay, as doctor says, hook a brother up or hook a sister up. No, I don't want to hook up. I want to learn how to do it because a hookup is a shortcut. And if we take shortcuts, you cannot win with shortcuts. I don't want to hook up. I want what you have. I want you to give me the best you got. Because if you give it to me free, then it doesn't have any value. Give it to me free, it has no value. And if it doesn't have any value, I'm not going to take care of it. So I don't want nothing free. Nothing. Nothing, because nothing is free.
And just to add, I know you're coming to me, but just to add that from the Message Bible, verse 22, 29, it says, observe people who are good at their work. Skilled workers are always in demand and admired. They don't take a back seat to anyone. So when we work hard, good things come to us. When we work hard, when we give our best, it happens. But we can't just do adequate work. It takes work.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, like the world says. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Like the world says, when you work hard and you prepare and you do all those things, you seem to be lucky. They call it lucky. No, I call it blessed. Meaning God opened the door to you. When you work hard and you do what you're supposed to do, he blesses you. He blesses you with more.
Yeah.
Amen.
When the worst thing you can do, Brother Chad, is have an opportunity and not be prepared.
Yeah.
And you can't make it work. You know, it takes work. I don't like adequacy. I don't like mediocre work. I don't like any of those things. I think if we're
that's why I was talking about overperform. And I know you have a different perspective, but I have worked with so many people who just do just enough. You know what I mean? And then they expect to get promoted. Like, girl, you ain't even do like just a little bit to show me that you're worthy of a promotion.
That's underperformance.
Yeah.
Right. And when you underperform, you can't even believe that you should receive. See, when I work hard, I believe that I should receive.
Yeah.
See, your belief level comes up higher when you work hard. Well,
Yeah.
see, what God put work here so that we can begin to um, express that's what's in us. If I don't work to my best ability, then I don't pull those things out of me that God put in me.
Yeah.
So when I give it my all, then that's when He pulled out of me the things that's already in me. One of my favorite movies is Karate Kid.
That's
When he got the Daniel son, he said, "Daniel son, wax on, wax off."
watch
He
yourself.
worked Daniel son so hard, and Daniel son didn't even realize what he had in him until Miyake began to pull out of him what was already in him because he worked so hard.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with working hard.
Yeah.
We like to say working smart. No, yeah, you're gonna work smart and hard, not just smart. Because that's our laziness in us. We'll say, "Oh, I work smart." No, you lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, my son just wrote a book, and what he put in the book was what I Chad, that movie happened to be mine, and what one of my that favorite part right there, wax on and wax off, and the ministerial staff and the leaders at our church didn't understand it at first, but I said we're doing wax on and wax off. Where I am today, and the things that God is doing in my life, there was a lot of wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off. But it prepared me. It prepared this didn't just happen overnight. You know, and I'm giving God all the glory. I'm in so many places. I mean, top places. Not and not just in the church, because I'm just not a church worker, right? But it's years of preparation, practicing, doing better, making things better, improving me. And so when people see that, they want you. And I don't like last minute. I can't stand it. It bothers me to give out last minute stuff because it takes preparation to do things of excellence. That's it. Temia, for me, and if we're perform, and we're gonna give it our best. I don't want a 5 on anything. And the people, even at our church, when they're working and they're getting their performance, what you call it, evaluation? I'm like, what did you get? What did you get? Oh, I got a 7. What's oh, I got a 4. I got a 3. What's the highest? 5. Why are you getting 4s and 3s?
I know, right?
Yeah. No. You need to get all 5.
Right.
And we have several people in our church who get all 5. I ask them, what's your works performance evaluation? I give it to them at church. We give it to them at church. Your evaluation is a 2. Well, you're not performing. You're not performing to the best of your ability. Let's do it. Let's perform. Let's give your best. Don't just throw something out there. Anybody can do that.
With Dr. Judy, you know what happens to us is, as believers, a lot of times we leaning on God, saying it's God. God's gonna do it. God's gonna do it. But we don't put our best foot forward. We think that, oh, God's gonna do this. I ain't gotta worry about doing this because God got me. No.
He already did it on the cross. We still have a part.
We have our part. That's right. He said, faith without corresponding work, it doesn't have any value. Meaning, if I told you what to do and you don't do it, you don't act on it, then it doesn't have any value. So we waiting on God to. He said, I give you power to get wealth.
Right.
He said, I give you the power to get the wealth. Exactly. Now you sit there waiting on me to give you the wealth. Exactly. I gave you power to go get it. So you got to put all efforts forward to doing what God has called us to do. And we're supposed to be the light and the salt. The light means you be an example in whatever field you're in. You got to be the example. You're supposed to be the lead. And then you're supposed to be the salt. Meaning you're supposed to bring out the flavor. Meaning it's supposed to be something different about you. And you doing the same work, but something different about you. That's what God wants of us, to give it all we got so we can be the example, we can be the light and the salt.
That's right. That's right. 1 Corinthians 10:31, and whatever work God has called you to do, or at least provided for you to do, seek to do it to the best of your ability. to the
Yeah.
glory of God. That's in everywhere. We try to separate church from our personal life, but we are who we are everywhere we are. If we're one of my daughters, Dr. Therese, she said, whatever you do in the natural is twice or 10 times good in the spirit, or 10 times worse. So if you're lazy in the natural, you're lazy in the spirit. And
Yep.
it's 10 times worse. And if you're a go-getter, and I don't think that we should ever give less than our best. That's just my, if you're gonna do it well, do it good, do it with all your
Amen.
heart. Put your step, learn how to do it. I had somebody tell me one time they thought I was ahead of my time. I said, you're behind time.
That's right.
Yeah. No,
That's right.
no,
That's
we
right.
worked hard to make this happen.
Mhm.
That's
Right?
right.
So let's go on to our next one. I have down here,
Okay.
be likable. Now, this is about office politics, and I'm just curious to know what each one of you think about office politics being likable when you walk in a room, what you present to the your career world, and they when they get ready to promote you or promote, promotion comes up, you're representing that company. So are you likable? Are you someone that they want to work with? You know what I mean? Are you someone that they want to show to other companies, or to show the face of the company? So what do you think about that? Start with you. Let's switch it up, Dr. Judy.
When I read that, be likable, that means that we have to work on everything. And so you went to the politics where I said that you have to. I see Dr. Demetri on here, and she put, you still have to be you, and I agree. Joseph, when everything he went in, it states about how he had a good spirit. I believe that we have to be in a place where our personality, how we carry ourselves, and our respect is likable. Fortunately, on two committees I sit in, well, on one particularly, I am the only Black female, and I'm the only female. How I have gained the respect, and I want to help somebody with this. Sometimes, knowing how men are, sometimes you just have to take a low seat. Sometimes I am at the table, and I've learned, this is my third year on this board of director. I've learned how to work it. And oh, I forgot to mention, they're all white men, older white gentlemen.
Wow.
We got one Black man. But I've learned, and so what did they do? I think it was about 6 weeks ago. Now I'm the vice president, or the vice chairman. Why? You bring forth that likable spirit. I believe that we have to have that. We're not cocky. We're not arrogant. All of that, all of those things are turn off to people. And you have to be careful how you do it. They got to like, they just got to like you, but you can't fool yourself if you have bad attitude, a bad character. Oh, you can't fool yourself. Okay.
Right.
Everybody ain't gonna like you.
Right. Right.
But the majority should.
Right. So if you have a nasty attitude, or maybe an aggressive, I call it aggressive because, I have some issues working with myself. So it's called personal growth. Maybe you need to work on yourself in that area.
But there's sometimes you have to be aggressive.
Mhm.
I don't see there's nothing wrong with having an aggressive attitude.
Yeah.
In my book.
Okay.
I think too. I have a client of mine that I've been mentoring. A female, and she been losing jobs. She was losing jobs tremendously, and she finally got a new job. And I ministered to her about why she was losing her job. She was losing her job because she went in and did her job. She didn't know no name. She didn't smile. She didn't say hello. She didn't do anything. She went and did her job. So she was the first to go. When they had to cut somebody, she was gonna be the first to go. I said, now when you go and do job, you know everybody's name that's walking. When you walk in that door, you make sure you know everybody's name. Find out everybody's name and write it down. Make sure
Yes,
you
sir.
call them by their name when you come in the room. Whenever you come in the room, you call everybody by their name. When you call them by their name, you become a friend of theirs immediately by calling them by their name. And I say when you shake their hand, you shake their hand firm, and you look them in the eye because she's a female. So is a certain way that she has to carry herself. Cause see what men do, men look for a certain thing. Um, Doctor, you understand that when you go into a men's room, you're gonna shake their hand firm, and you're gonna look them square in the eye, and you're gonna smile.
Come
Am
on,
I right?
teach.
You're right.
That's right, because when you come into the room, they need to know you in the room. How do they know you in the room? I told her, I said, when I walk in, I get therapy on my shoulder, and when I go in the exercise, I make sure I know everybody's name. When I walk in that office, I make sure I greet everyone in that office by their name. Not just say, hey, y'all, no, by their name. And I can get anything I want.
Yes,
Why?
sir.
Because I call them by their name. I do waitress and waiters like that.
That's
I don't
right.
call you no waiter and waitress. I call you by your name.
That's right.
It's so powerful just to go into a room, an environment, and know their name. If you just know the name, you just know the name. You don't have to I don't have to run the politics in the office if I know the name. If I know the name, I get in favor with them. When I know about them, when I know about their children, when I know about what they're excited about, and I let them talk about those things they're excited about, I can get whatever I want.
That's right.
Whatever I want. But
Yeah.
but people care less about what you know. They want to know how much you care.
That's
They
it.
don't care about what you know. They want to know how much you care. When you walk in that office, you don't go overboard with it of talking to them about their family and all those things. But make sure you note it about what interests to them. What are their interests? Make sure you note it. Even if you put it in your phone, put that note there. So
That's
then when you meet them again, now you're gonna say, well, how's that dog doing? Is the dog still coughing?
That's
You know,
right. That's
they're
right.
gonna remember that. They'll remember that. And when they remember that, see, Jesus did the same thing. He said, woman, he said, where's your husband? She said, I don't have one. She said, you got five and the one you're with it ain't even yours. Well, he knew her. He knew her about her. That's why she wanted to talk to him, because he knew about her. That's what we have to learn how to do in business. I don't care what business it is.
That's
If
right.
you become relational, you can get whatever you want. I
That's,
get wherever I go, I always get what I want because I practice these principles.
yeah. Yeah. And I agree with you, Chad. Likable people are approachable and personable. They're approachable and personable. You know, you got to smile at folks. You got, as Chad said, you got to be concerned about people. You do. Remember, in my phone, I have something by so many people named so I can remember who they are, what matters. You know, text them sometime
Right.
and just ask, how you doing? How is this happening? You know, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
All right, all right. This is some good teaching. I love this. This is awesome. Okay, so let's go to the next one, networking. And I want to talk about inside your career, in your company, and outside. Networking, I think personally it's important when you're in your company. Um, if you want to advance in your career, it's important maybe to do volunteer on certain projects that they have and work with different people throughout your company. And to me, that's an avenue for me to do networking within the company and form those relationships. And then also outside networking, just have your business card ready and make sure you get to know people in key positions and just have that relationship with them, form that bond with them. So let's start with you, Dr. Judy. How do you feel networking can advance our careers?
I think networking is very important. Iron sharpen iron, right? Iron sharpen iron. Networking, connecting, and building relationship with others, I think is paramount. We cannot do this alone. Whatever business you have, you cannot do it alone. And within your own business or company, you got to make sure that you connect and relate, build relationship to those who work with you. Okay. And then you want to find people who are doing things like what you're doing and above where you want to go. And then you got to build a relationship with them. You have to work with them. You got to exchange ideas and all of that. He gave what he gave: 1 5, 1 2, and 1 1. The five got more because they networked. The two got more because they network. Okay, they went and built relationship. Join your chambers of commerce. It's a good networking tool. Find out what's going on in your community and show up. It's a good networking tool. I say that about the same thing in our church. Every department, they got this stuff going on in your community. Network with the people, get them to understand what's going on, build relationship. That's what network is all about, building relationship. And it's important that we build relationship, very important, and build it on different avenues and different perspectives, and get to know what others are doing and what others think about it. It builds your worth. It builds your partnerships.
Exactly.
Okay. And it builds your revenue.
Yeah, it's similar to as me and Temia was talking about when you're listening to different preachers preach sermons. I told her I listen to everybody. My granddaddy used to tell me, he said, chew the fat and throw away the bone. Why? Because if I listen to multiple ministers, that means it helps me to become well-rounded. Some ministers specialize in certain things. So if I get all of the specialties, now it makes me well-rounded. Well, it's the same concept in networking. Networking means it helps you to become well-rounded when you know doctors, when you know lawyers, when you know nurses, when you know janitors, when you know garbage men. I mean, it doesn't matter who it is. It's networking is so vital for your success. Now, God created us to be a networker. That's what He called us to do. Is that why He created business? Business was created so that we may network with one another. I might make shirts. You might make glasses. Temia might make pants. Well, I need the shirt, I need the glasses, and I need the pants. Now, in order for me to get those things, I need to network with you all and communicate with you all and relate to you all so that I can get the things that I need. So it helps me to be well-rounded. It helps me to get the things that I need. So networking is so, so, so vital. Some people only want to network with people that they have things in common. I don't want to network with just people I have things in common. I want to network with everybody. Why? Because you never know who you're going to need later on. Yes. I mean, that Jim Bob the hillbilly. I network with him. I see him at the car wash, and I asked him, okay, why you drive that big old pickup truck like that, man? This is like this. I'm asking him questions. I'm networking with him. Now, Billy Bob might be the one that saved me when some white person maybe try to ostracize me. Well, he might be the one to stand up for me because I network with him. So I learned that everybody is God's people. Now, everybody not God's children, but everybody is God's people. So He created us all. So that's how I address life itself. Networking is so, so vital, especially if you're going to go in business. If you're not going to network, you might well say, I'm not in business.
Yeah. And as you was talking, brother, Coach Chad, I thought about this in networking and learning everything. We still don't know what all God has in us.
Nope.
We still have untapped potential on the inside of us.
Yep.
And I network every single day. Network is a part of my day to meet and sit with people, to talk. Um, uh, we got the internet, we got YouTube, we got every all these things that you can learn how to network, but there is still untapped potential on the inside of us.
Mhm.
There are some things that God still have to release from us. And sometimes he put people in our path and we don't even know it. We sometimes we underestimate the power that they have, and we're so busy trying to go way out to Uganda, and the Lord is saying you ain't did nothing in your local.
Right.
What are you
Wow.
doing in the local? How you building that network with these? We're trying to meet Biden, and we haven't met Mr. Rogers in the neighborhood.
Right.
You
Okay.
know, and yeah, you know,
I like that.
yeah,
Okay.
and sometimes Mr. Rogers, yeah, Mr. Rogers in the neighborhood can give us more than Mr. Biden. Mr. Biden ain't coming, but Mr.
Yeah.
Rogers,
Yeah.
and so the
And
network is so important.
and
Building
I also,
relationship.
yeah, I see that. I see that in our communities all the time, where you got a church on every corner, and then the neighborhood looking like who done it. It's because the church
Child.
don't go outside and network with the people and see what the needs of the people are.
Right.
I believe that if we're in a location, we should impact everybody that's around us. Everybody
Mhm.
around us should be impacted, and that's called networking. Networking, going out and seeing how you doing, what you do,
Mhm.
how you do that. That's networking. And when you ask
Mhm.
people how they're doing, I remember a story of a gentleman moving in a house next door, and he was a black guy, and the white guy across the street got mad, and he was mad that he moved in because he was a racist. And he told his wife, "I don't like him." And then all of a sudden, the guy moved in. The black guy came to his porch. He walked out. He walked over to the white guy, and he said, "Hi, I'm your new neighbor." He said, "Hi." He said, "Oh my God, look at your plants. They're beautiful. How did you get them like that?" "Well, I did such, 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 such." He said, "Well, look at the grass. The grass is thick too. And what you put on the grass?" "Well, I put this on the grass, and I did this, and I did that." And then he started asking him some more questions. And he said, "Oh, and I did this, and I did that. Well, look at this, and look at that." He said, "Oh my God, that is great." And then the guy went back across the street, and he went in the house. He said, "I like that guy. I like him." Why? Because he was concerned about him. He networked with him by finding out what he does and
Right.
how he does it and complimenting on good stuff. See, I don't believe in lying. I don't believe in um, saying stuff that I don't. If I say, "Oh, your hair is beautiful," no, I'm not gonna tell you your hair is beautiful if it's not. I remember a lady asked me. She said, "Man, Chad, you always complimented you. There's nothing." She said, what she say? She thought I was just a yes, yes person. I said, "No, I only compliment that what I like. I don't talk about what I don't like." And she said, "Oh, I get it." See, so because she thought I was just a person that just like to pump you up, and not
Mhm.
and lie to you. No, I don't lie to you. If it don't look good, I ain't gonna say nothing. I only say when it looks good. So you be thinking that everything that you do in my eyes is good. I was like, no, it's not. But that's called networking. Networking is about finding out about that person, finding out about their business. And when you do that, they, I always know if I ask you about your business, I guarantee you 2 seconds later you're gonna ask me about mine. I don't have to talk
Mhm.
about my business. I talk about your business, and then you're gonna ask me about mine. So that's why I have my business cards ready.
Yep,
Mhm.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100% on that too, bro, Chad. And I too don't lie. If I don't give nobody a 10 and you a 3. No, not even in I do not even in services. And the one who's serving our church can tell you if they do something, and we had several programs, and the people who was over, they said, "Dr. Judy, how was it?" I said, "It wasn't your best."
Right.
Well,
Right.
such and such happened, but it wasn't your best.
Mhm.
It wasn't. It was a program that got over. I don't lie to people. I'm not by far. Somebody like Chad, Temia, y'all know how people that it's like your grandma
Oh
and your
yeah,
mama.
I can vouch. You definitely
It's
would
like your
tell them.
it's like your grandma and your mama telling you can sing, then you go sing out in public and you really don't sound good. I think the
Right.
church has hurt a lot of people. The church has hurt some people. Some people in church today, oh baby, that sounds so good. You know good and well that didn't sound good.
Exactly. And then they
That
go
did
out in the
not
world and
sound
get
good.
their feelings
Oh,
hurt.
that was good. No, that wasn't good. And then
Mm-hmm.
the children get hurt. I ain't gonna lie to them. They know that. I don't want them to
Yeah.
lie to me either.
And they'll go out
I,
in the world and get
I
hurt
don't
and
lie
get the
to me
truth.
either.
All right, ladies, I do have to. I have to get in. My doctor is calling me in now, so I'm going in to the doctor's appointment.
Okay.
But it's been great talking to you all. We always know that we want to give our best, and I want to give my all because I represent Christ, and I
That's it.
never want to shortchange nobody on nothing in life because I represent Christ. God bless you
Amen
all.
and
It's
amen.
been a
Brother
pleasure.
Amen.
It's
Chad,
always a
right,
pleasure.
Brother Chad, right before you leave, that was a good point. When we don't give our best, when we don't do our best, we're shortchanging God and the people.
That's
All
right.
right. Thank
All
you.
right. All right. God bless.
God
God bless.
bless. Wow. Wonderful, wonderful. So let's move on to our next topic. Our next point is I want to know what you feel about this one. Be attractive. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be, Miss America, as far as you have to be like this dolled up person. But we can try. You know what I mean? I mean, put some effort forward. Please put some effort forward, especially if you're trying to get a promotion or if you're going for an interview or if you're trying to network, just in case down the road something come up and they can vouch for you. But try to be attractive and fix yourself up, because whether you're trying to get a promotion inside or outside the company, you are the face of that company.
Right,
And
right,
then also, if you're in business, you are the face of that
right.
company. So how do you feel about that, Dr. Judy?
I believe that it is very much important. And I believe that certain things make us attractive or non-attractive. First, that outward appearance, they see us before they hear us, right? And so I believe that we have to present ourselves in a manner that is appealing to others. Okay, you work in the office. There's a certain way you carry yourself, certain way the outward look. But then the greatest attraction to me is that personality and that character. You can
Yes.
be one of the prettiest people in your eyesight and others. And if your attitude is not attractive, if your words are not attractive, if your voice tone is not attractive, you turn people off. You could be the best looking person it is, but your attitude, the way you carry yourself, all of those things enhances your attractiveness. People promote
Yes.
you based on your attitude. Sometimes you could be the most qualified person. I've seen this happen. The most qualified person. They don't
Yes.
promote you because you have the worst attitude. You have the most non-attractive demeanor. You don't smile. You do nothing, and so it's a turn off. It's a turn off. But you want to be attractive, man. Put a smile, and I tell people that smile. We went to breakfast yesterday, and the young girl who was serving us first, she wasn't smiling. And I said, "What's your name?" And she said, "Unique." And she started smiling. I said, "Oh, unique. That's unique." And I said, "What was the meaning of that?" And she said, "My grandmama saved me because my mom wanted to name me after my dad and my mama." And we started laughing. So I called her by and I told her, I said, "See, now you're making us smile. Now food is going to taste better because you're smiling." But
Right.
it makes a difference. It doesn't make, you can wear the best clothes in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But if your attitude ain't that, it don't even matter. You are a total turn off. You're not attracted, and I wish people would get that. Even CEOs, um, 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 executive directors, the people who work for you, or
Right.
not work for you, work with you,
With you.
that
Mhm.
attitude has to be attractive. And all the
Yes.
rest of this, that's secondary. That
Mhm.
hello, you, like I think you said earlier, you are the
The
winning
face.
billboard. You are the
Mhm.
winning billboard for whatever you serve in. And some you say,
Right.
well, why people don't want to be with me? Your
Mhm.
attitude is terrible. It's terrible. And it don't mean that you don't tell the truth. You just gotta have a good attitude.
Yeah, I should have put that together. Be likable and be attractive because they're similar. They work hand in hand. And I've seen. I was talking about personal growth. Because sometimes, like you said, you can be beautiful on the outside, but on the inside, you're just a nasty person.
Yeah.
So you need to work on your. You need to grow and have some personal growth and work on yourself.
Yeah, because to me also the outward appearance is in the eye of the beholder. Sometimes you may think that you're so pretty, and to some people you are beautiful. To other people, you don't look that good.
Right.
You ain't that pretty. And so you
Mhm.
thinking, oh, I'm so pretty. And some people have to dress up in all these name brand clothes because they think that's gonna make them look good. That's not impressive to some people. Some people don't even
Right.
care about that stuff. You know,
Mhm.
I got two of my sisters. Well, one of my, I don't know if she wear name brand or not, but she's always the shop. I mean, she's sharp.
I
My
mean, well, I
other
can
sister,
wear a label now. I can do the label.
yeah, and my other sister
I
is.
mean,
I
it
mean,
don't make me,
and there's
but
nothing wrong with it. But
yeah.
I'm just saying, some people, and my baby sisters, both of them, my baby sisters, but one love name brand, one do not. But both of them are sharp, but they got the
Mhm.
personality to go with it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
They got
Exactly.
and you got to have your own identity. Some people, oh, it's my red hair. Who cares? Mine too. You know, I got on red bottom. Mine too. All depending on what you see
Exactly.
at the bottom. Those
Exactly.
things ain't important to a lot of people because
Mhm.
that's not what make you. You understand what I'm saying? That
Right. And
you know
then
I
I
got my
also, with women, with us, well, I wouldn't say all women, but most
some
women, we look a little deeper than the outside. I have dated some guys that are not always, that you would think is really attractive. But one in particular, his personality, he was so nice and so he was a giver, and my love language is gifts. It's gifts. So to me, he was all of that. You know what I mean? He didn't look all that
Mhm.
in the face and the body, but to me, he was very attractive.
Yeah, yeah. And so and we're attracted by different things. And one of the things that will work in business all the time is that personality and
Personality.
the way you carry yourself. That
Mhm.
that makes you one of the best looking people in the world, in my perspective. You got a
Mhm.
good attitude and all of this good character, and you're consistent
Yes.
with it. It makes for who you are, and you can either turn them
Okay.
on or turn them off.
Yeah, that's for sure. I didn't learn that till I got what in my 30s. I'm a late bloomer, I know. But you have to go through some trials and tribulations to show you it matters about who you feel you are and then how you value others and put that forward and not even if you have some disgruntledness and some complaints, some things you need to work on how to deliver it, or sometimes you may need to hold your peace and just pray about it. It's all about that growth. And I didn't realize that was necessary to work on myself until I got like 30. But it is
It's okay.
necessary.
Yeah, and to your point, as long as we learn the lessons, as
Mhm.
long as we learn the lesson where we learn it, just long we don't learn it too late. As
Right.
long as we learn the lesson. I've had some people say, certain things, you like this, I don't see it, but I don't dismiss it,
Right.
because that's their perspective. And sometimes they just got to look at themselves. But I don't go back and forth with them. So, okay. So I just
Exactly.
look at that's a lot short because I am a people person. My business is people. So I have to make sure, and I practice that. I make sure to be kind to people. I watch my voice tone. I work on it. I don't even talk to my family any kind. I work on how I ask, what I do. To me, that's attractiveness. And
Yes.
yeah, and sometimes people turn people away from there. Well, I did no, but your attitude, your
Mhm.
turn people away, and sometimes they'll never see it. So you just make sure you only person we could work on is us.
Right.
And I want to be attractive. I want
Mhm.
people to be attracted to me. I want that magnet, not because of the beauty, but I know what God has given to me. I know I
Mhm.
can help, but they ain't
Right.
coming if I don't attract them.
Right. Okay, and so the next thing I have down for advancing your career is continue learning and developing skills. And sometimes we think that once we get our degree and then we get
Yeah,
our career, that it's no longer necessary to continue learning and developing skills, but you find out after being on your job for a certain amount of years that you need to continue learning. And then not only that, you don't know what God have in store for you. You might advance in that same particular company, or he may have something else for you in another company that you need additional skills for.
yeah.
So talk about that. What do you think about that? Because I know you personally are continuously learning.
I honestly believe when he said iron sharpen iron, your gift will make room for you. Let people
Mhm.
see your light so shining for me, and they see your good work and glorify the Father, which is in heaven. We got to keep learning. Every
Mhm.
step, no matter what you learn, you got to learn more. Okay, because we haven't arrived. We want to arrive, and we have to be able to listen. We have to be able to learn. We have to be teachable. Jesus never taught, stopped teaching, even to this point. He set his disciples down and he taught them. You want to sharpen your skills. When I graduated from college, I see Chad is listening. Once you get your degree, then it's time to learn. When I graduated from college, I kept learning. Okay, I
Mhm.
keep getting certified. I keep going to leadership training. I am always enhancing me because I know that there's so much to learn. I don't want to be in 1995 and it's 2022.
Right.
Then there are some things I don't know. So I ask people, what is your opinion? What do you see about? And if somebody's in an expert in a field and you're not, why not ask for their opinion? It don't make you, or ask for direction,
Exactly.
ask for input. It makes you more. It makes you better. The majority of
Exactly.
a lot of the people that I surround myself with, my close circle, they smarter than me, especially
Oh,
in the
all of
area
mine are.
especially in the area that they know. There's some things I really don't know in that field, but I want to learn it. So
Mhm.
I'm reading, I'm looking, and I mean, I have so many books. I just signed up. Well, you had to be chosen. My husband put me in this. Uh, uh, I don't know if it's contest, whatever, but in this poll to be chosen to sit with Joel Osteen
Oh, wow.
and I was chosen. You know,
Wow.
yeah, they only gonna choose 1,000, and I was one of the 1,000. I got my email this morning, but what
Wow.
we get to sit there. I like Joe Osteen.
Me too. Yeah.
I like Joe, and so I'm hungry. And you know what I believe, Temia? I believe that once you gain knowledge, you're hungry for it.
Mhm.
I believe that you're hungry for it. The scripture said, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." Sometimes we
Yes.
just mess up because we don't have enough knowledge.
Mhm.
This is year what, 2022? We're already planning. People are already planning for 2023 Even if they don't be here, they're already planning for 2023.
Oh yeah,
That's what
I
good
am.
learners do. That was good
Yeah.
business do. You plan in advance, right?
Mhm.
You plan in advance. Read a book. Listen, if you don't like to read it, listen to an audio book. I mean, they got so much. So attend workshop. My sister Tanya, I'm here in Fort Lauderdale, right? And she want to take me to the 6th Street Park get down or something historical festival. But you know
Oh,
why? Because she want me to meet other people.
right,
She,
right.
she keep introducing me to other people.
Mhm.
All right, I'm excited about being here. She want me to meet commission. She's already introduced me to commissioners here in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, that's all
To
right.
millionaires, because she know I
Yes.
like to learn, and she
Mhm.
know that is exciting to me. And my niece, when we came home, my 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 sister was she thought she was gonna have a sit down because with some billionaires, but that's the only way she could surprise her, right? Because we
Mhm.
love that. You do
Yes.
yourself a disservice if you're not forever learning. None of us know it all. I don't care where we are, Temia. I don't
Right.
care. You could be the high pope or the high popist. And we have never learned it all.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I picked up from you actually is signing up for these workshops and seminars because I'm realizing certain things that I need to know. Even though, I do have it in my plans. Like you said, some people have next year plan. I'm a big planner. So I do have it in my plans where I'm going to be hiring other people to do stuff, but I still want to learn more. And
And
so now I'm getting to a tip that you gave me. I'm getting into the seminars and the workshops. And now, because of COVID, even though it's a little bit more relaxed, but still because of COVID, they have a lot of virtual workshops that I can just log on to, a lot of financial workshops. And I just got through doing a series with Vanguard, and I'm learning so much. And that's right up my alley. I'm like, oh, really? You can do this? Okay.
yeah, and you know what? It make you hungry, and then it make you expand yourself. It
Mm-hmm.
makes you expand, and it make your worth even more valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you have different. You can just do different things from different places, and I like knowledge. I do, and I like understanding. Then I like doing it, and I like applying it. I really do. I own my own business, and but I have my sister Carolyn. I told her that's her daycare. That's yours. Make it work for you. You know,
Mm-hmm.
when I have to go in there when she's not there, man, I run out of there. I get out of there. I run out of there fast. But she got it set up for productivity. No,
Mm-hmm.
even for the worker, the team players, set up for productivity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my thing was make it yours. Make it look
Right.
like you. Put your face and your brand on it, and continue to learn. I'm out in the field a lot. I met so many people set up, and I got meetings set up for her with some of the what I consider some of the great uh, um, um, child development people in our city and in our county. Right? There was a you hear that?
Oh yeah, but I know
You hear that?
y'all just celebrated your mother's birthday, so
Yeah,
she probably cleaning up.
that's my sister preparing Sunday dinner. You see what I'm saying?
Oh
Sunday dinner.
yes.
Sunday dinner. And y'all, that's what it's all about. You got to
Mm-hmm.
prepare it. You got to prepare in advance so it can get a greater return,
So that
right?
leads into my next point: know how to manage yourself, your career,
You can't over
planning.
you can't overwork you, okay? And when
Mm-hmm.
you wait to the last minute, and then you get frustrated, you get aggravated, Things don't go as well as they could,
Mhm.
because one of the things you have to do is discipline yourself.
Right.
And that's what we have to learn. Those who have discipline, that's what what I got out of that about manage yourself. You have to
Mhm.
discipline yourself, and then the Lord will bring us before great men and women, right?
Yes.
People will seek after us because we're managed. We're in we got ourselves disciplined. You can't spend every dime. You can't go everywhere. You have to manage yourself. You have to help yourself grow. You have to help yourself develop. You have to relax yourself. I had my sister paid for me to get a 90 minutes massage. When I was coming out, the lady said, there was another lady coming in. She said, "Oh, you look so relaxed." I was like, "Thank you." She said, "Have you ever tried Dr. Teal melatonin bath wash?" I said, "No."
Mm.
She said, "Honey, let me tell you, you go and take that shower, put that body wash on, and you talking about going to sleep, that melatonin in there."
Really?
And it's Dr. Teal's melatonin, and it's called Sleep Beauty.
Oh, now
Honey,
see you
it,
finna mess
it,
up now. You shouldn't have told me that.
but it's so relaxing, you know. It just soothes your body, and it helps you to relax. And that's what we have to do. We have to take care of ourselves so we can breathe. I know you
Mhm.
got some people do yoga. I've learned what that is. It's just meditation. We have to do that. We have to silence ourselves. You can't work
Mhm.
all day every
Right.
day. You got to rest. Put a 30 minutes, put an hour in there to take care of yourself. What's happening in
Mhm.
our world today? Mental stress, mental
Yes.
mental illness, mental stress, because we're not managing ourselves. I was taught this by a young lady, Dr. Asha Brewer, who was at our church, and she met with me one day. She said, "I just want to meet with you." And you know what she did? She said, "Let me hold your phone." I'm like, "Okay." And she took my calendar, and the same time every day, she blocked off an hour.
Yes,
And she
ma'am.
said that appointment is with Judy Mandrell.
See?
She just blocked it off. And then you manage yourself. Set time for yourself. Okay. Um, Plan meetings at this time. If you're a night
Mhm.
person, and most people meet in the morning time, you know, plan yourself. So manage yourself.
Yes.
Control,
Gotta have that me
discipline.
time.
Yeah, discipline yourself to become highly skilled in your profession. Discipline
Mhm.
yourself to do that. Plan, plan, plan. Somebody said a person that plan to plan has planned to fail. He has
Oh, failed
planned
to
to fail.
plan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the
If you
man has
fail to
failed to
plan,
plan to fail.
yeah. So you're
Yeah.
still planning. And so
Mhm.
if you don't manage yourself, you got to manage.
Right.
I take a medicine every day, and the effectiveness of it, that's from my thyroid being removed. It's called Synthroid.
Hmm.
But the success in it and the effectiveness of it is, you're supposed to take it the same time every day. And so
Mhm.
as you're managing yourself, manage what you're going to do.
Right.
Manage how much you would give to this, how much you would give
Mhm.
to that. Okay. And it help you think better, help you
Right.
feel better. It does.
Okay, now our last point, we're getting over time, but it was good day.
Yeah.
Our last point is market yourself. And again, we're talking about advancing our career, whether you're, on someone's job or whether you have your own business. How do you market yourself? I think all that we talked about today is actually marketing yourself, be attractive, be likable, networking, getting to know people. I think all of that, also advancing your education, just getting to know your craft and perfecting your craft. All of that, to me, what we spoke about today is marketing yourself. How do you feel about that?
I think that is. I think that is a very good point because you are you are your brand.
Exactly.
You represent everything you do. You do. I wrote down here. You are your greatest marketing tool. You
Yes.
are. You are the public relation director of you. Marketing is about getting what your product, your business, or whatever out so everyone can see it, right? So
Mhm.
everyone can become familiar with it, so everyone could understand it. I met with a lady Friday, Thursday, who is part of the Sister Girl Network, everything I do. But what she said she had never heard of the Dream Builders Family Affairs program. And when she sat there and she was telling me that, I was like, "You haven't?" I said, "Ooh, I haven't marketed enough." So then
Oh
I
yeah, you
thought
just
about,
started it, right?
yeah,
I know you did the Sister Girls for a while, but I mean, you're now
no,
morphing or
Sister Girl
additional
started in
for the family.
2019. Sister Girl, I just really started in 2019,
Okay.
but I market that evidently. That's
Oh
what I
yeah,
saw me,
that's very yeah. You
better.
marketed that very well.
Ooh, that sister, and it has taken off like
Hmm.
wildfire, and it's opening doors simply
Hmm.
because a lot of people have not understood the fact that I would know you better if I talked to you.
Exactly.
And so, and with Sister Girls, you're working, you're doing this, you're doing that. So we're bringing so many entities together from all different women organizations. And what is it doing? We're getting to know each other. That's
Right.
all.
Hmm.
That's it. We get. And so with family affairs, she told me so this is what I wrote down after I met with her. I got to market family affairs better. But who is family affairs? Me. So when they
Hmm.
see it and they hear my story, please tell your story. That's how you hit a story can sell. Tell your
Yes.
story. Tell it.
Hmm.
Tell how you got here. Talk
Hmm.
about your mistakes. Talk about how you got up. Just talk about it. That's marketing.
Hmm. Right.
That's marketing. That's getting people to buy into you, to your product. Getting people to buy into your, speak publicly, be
Hmm.
excited about what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah, believe in you, show up for you.
Hmm.
That's my book coming out soon. Show up for you.
All right now.
That's
Yes.
marketing. That is those are all marketing tools. Those are way that you do it. Educate yourself.
Hmm.
Educate yourself on what you're doing. Build a social media following. We're in a technological um, age.
Right.
So get your website, get your
Hmm.
Facebook page, get your Instagram page, you know, and market yourself. Tell them what you do. And some people say, well,
Hmm.
that's just being cocky. She always talking about herself. I'm marketing. Jesus was a marketer. Jesus
Exactly.
marketed himself.
And not only that, this business about being cocky. Now, some people, let me just put a disclaimer. Some people really are cocky,
Yeah.
but it is not cocky to give your testimony, to testify. The act of giving your testimony is not being cocky. So you have to separate the spirit of cockiness and arrogance. Some people really are, but you have to separate that from telling your personal story and testifying about what God done for you. Because what I found is that I looked at other people. The reason I was so hesitant to like come out before, um, with my personal and going into finances, because I personally still go through some financial issues, but I'm learning, and I used to what I would say judge other people and think that they're fake or whatever, because you can tell when someone publicly speak whether they're doing a performance or whether they're real. So, but I found out that if I tell my story, even if I'm facing my financial goals and I'm, I have a plan for it, everything don't go right. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
But I found that I can reach much more people, have much more impact, and people ask me questions all the time because I'm genuine. I'm telling my real story.
Right.
Even
Right.
when I go through, and when you go through stuff, don't act like you all of that. Tell the truth. Hey, I made a mistake. Don't do what I did.
Exactly. 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 And all of that helps market you. All of that
Mm-hmm.
helps and be inclusive.
Right.
Be inclusive. And involve everyone. Don't what you call it? Discriminate.
Right.
Offer
Exactly.
what you have to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Offer it to everyone and be genuine. Be
Mm-hmm.
genuine. All that market, and I promise you, it'll make a great impression. And you marketing yourself is the greatest attraction, is the greatest branding than a
Yes.
billboard because they can
Yes.
see your billboard. But if they have not heard your voice, they have not seen what you're doing, it's not gonna sell as good or attract
Right.
as well. You understand what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
and 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 we all have something to offer. We just have to make it happen. We got to build on it. That's what my job is, to help people. That's what my whole thing is called Dream Builders Greatness Center, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because my job is to help people see the greatness that they have in them, and then to help them bring it out,
Right.
to bring it out. That's why I told you, Tamil, go get it. You got so much to offer. I love our conversation. Well, you just don't understand. No, I understand, girl. Go get this. Go get it. I mean, because you have so much to say. Well, I did that. It don't matter how you did it or what you did. Make it work. And that's what I
Yeah.
say to everybody. Make make you work. Make
Mm-hmm.
you so attractive that they will ask for you.
Right.
Okay, when I think it was who did Benjamin Franklin. Yeah, I think it was Benjamin Franklin.
Oh, with
When
the
he
light
started,
bulb,
uh,
how many times he failed?
and it's just he quoted his father, but this is the thing that he said right here. He set out to learn the skill of printing. Ben
Mm-hmm.
Franklin, he set out to learn the skill of printing, and it placed him on a path that put him before 5 kings throughout the course of his lifetime.
Wow.
And say, even if one doesn't work for a literal king, the point is this: when you work your stuff, they will seek after you.
Mm-hmm.
They will seek after you. But you can't give
Yes.
people half stuff. You can't
Oh
give
yeah.
people half
Yeah.
stuff. Make it clean, make it beautiful, make it
Mm-hmm.
attractive, make it valuable. Keep learning. That people
Mm-hmm.
will be hungry to hear what you have to say. They will be
Right.
hungry for it. Don't despise
Wow.
small beginning. No, you're not
Now
going to be an
see,
Oprah
you
Winfrey
people out
overnight.
there
I'm
who's
talking to
listening,
you.
y'all need to get your circle like I do with Dr. Judy. People like that. Because
What
I personally, I have, well, I have this issue where I'm constantly criticizing myself. So if you're like me, most ambitious people are like that. I come to find they always see something about themselves where they need to prove they don't like a lot of things, and it's like I constantly like, no, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. But people like you in my circle say, no, you're fine, you just do it, just be you and keep at it, be consistent.
because to me, you try to make it without fault, perfect, and sometimes you have that. We can look at even some of these perfect people. We could take a
What?
we can
uh,
take we can take a we can take an inventory at the bloopers.
Oh yeah.
Everybody got bloopers
Yeah,
in
and
their
plus
life.
we don't go home with these people. So
Yeah, they got bloopers. We all got
Mhm.
bloopers. We're gonna have bloopers. Yeah, we're gonna have bloopers. So my thing is, do what you do, perfect it. You know, when I
Right.
get off of this,
Yeah.
I go back and I listen to all my interviews, every last one of them, and I critique. And I said next time and so when I do another interview, then I add this to it. There were, you
Mhm.
know, on one interview, I wasn't smiling. I'm a smiler. I love smiling, and I was trying to remember why I wasn't smiling that much. You know, I'm like, what was going on with me? So I tried to find that out. And I kept looking at it and looking at the time. It was about 10 minutes. I wasn't smiling. I'm like, what was that about?
Really?
Yeah. And then I remember I was at my house and the air conditioner went out. It didn't go out. It went off. It was on automatic.
Mhm.
I'm like, I was hot.
Okay.
But see, I've been smiling all day today. Smelling them greens and
Oh, that sounds
woo,
good.
and all that stuff just got me smiling. But you're doing a
What?
great job. I am honored to be on your show. Thank you so very much for having me.
Oh, I thank you for coming on because you have a wealth of knowledge, and I'm so glad that you are willing and open to share. Because especially our community, I know we're open to everyone, but I just have a heart for our people because our confidence are just so destroyed. A lot of
Yes.
us are coming up and have better confidence, but most of us still have an issue with that confidence. So I thank you for sharing because as I find out that people, when they hear others in their journey, they get more confidence the more they hear.
And I love being on with you. I love being on with Coach Chad. I just absolutely love this
Oh, Coach
platform.
Chad is awesome.
I just love this platform that you have. And I pray that God will continue to bless you as you continue to increase and that your vision continue to unfold.
Okay. Well, I thank you for coming on. And again, I say that you are blessed and continue to be blessed as you go forward. Okay, so
Thank you.
you guys, we're going to wrap it up. So just keep us in mind. We're going to be here every Saturday at 10 a.m., both on Facebook Live and on YouTube. So until next week, you guys be blessed.
You have the mindset for success. If you're looking for positivity or looking for encouragement, Temia Brinson aims to educate you, to give you the push to believe, to have the mindset for success, to have the mindset.
Thank you.